That is Lovely Boy by Erika Storm, which is our next guest here on Voces Unidas, KROJ 101.5 FM. Hello, Erika Storm.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. You know, we've been talking about having you on this show for we've been scheming this.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
It's been a scheme.
It's been a scheme.
I've been manifesting it.
See, we've all been manifesting each other. I love it. There's a couple people that weren't able to be in this room that really wanted to be here, like the lovely Alex Infinity, or my comadre Tere, and Teodora. You know who apparently you guys go way back.
Yeah, since high school.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
We don't talk about that version of myself.
Girl, no, I feel you because I don't talk about that version of myself neither.
Yeah, we all had to grow.
Yes, I'm so glad I've grown.
Same.
If anybody's listening from my high school life, peace and love.
Yeah,
I love you.
I'm sorry.
We love you guys so much.
Peace and love. But so you're Valley based, grew up kind of like in the same community that we grew up in. Yeah. I want to give you the opportunity to just introduce yourself, actually.
Yeah. My name is Erika Storm. I'm a local artist from San Fernando Valley, LA County, and I just love to write songs to various amounts of genres about like self-love and uplifting the community and just like positivity. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I was listening to your music today in the car just to kind of get myself in the vibes, and the song that just played, Lovely Boy, that's actually like it, I recently fell in love, so I'm in love right now. So I was listening to that song and I was like, oh, that's so cute. To hear music dedicated like to boys like that, you don't really hear that often. And most of the music that I hear in regards to men is either heartbreak or like anger, or like very sensual or intimate, and like you said, it's very positive, uplifting.
Thank you.
What's the background behind that song?
Honestly, like I fell in love, and like
as we do,
yeah, and I don't know, like I feel like it was like a very transformational thing because I was very aware of like, oh, people are gonna perceive me as someone who's soft or like naive or like I don't know, like not so much of a girl's girl or I don't know. I was just like afraid of what people would think. But then I was like, I think even if people do think it's weird, I do want to embrace love. Like there shouldn't be anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like I do love this person and I shouldn't feel bad about that and I should want to express it through my music and my magic,
Oh, that's so beautiful. Yeah, love is revolutionary. Like it's a needed thing. So that's so beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like people just normalize like toxic relationships. I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound crazy saying that, but like
no, you're like so literally that's too spot on to like what I've been. I mean, not my relationship, but like other people. I'm just like that's not even funny how it's so normalized. Like I'm like, guys, you're literally like creating a toxic relationship. You both are intellectual, smart people.
Yes.
You're telling me you don't know what's going on here. Like, you're telling me that this is okay. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of where, that's part of the culture right now, especially like the toxico culture, like, there's so many acronyms right now to call yourself. Acronym, is that the right word?
Adjective? Maybe.
I don't know. There's so many little
labels.
Sobrenombres, labels.
Yeah.
To call yourself. That it's meant, you say it in a cutesy way, but it's not so cutesy.
Yeah.
It's not cute when you're calling the cops on your partner.
No.
No, definitely not cute.
No.
But that's the opposite of what your music does. And
Thank
so
you.
I did want to say that was like, I did notice that while I was listening to your music this morning. I put it on shuffle. But like we said, we have been listening to your music throughout like the last year, since before then, because my sisters, you know, they know you, as we've said.
Oh, I love them so much.
Yeah, but we've been fans for quite a minute. And we did see you perform live the day
the Pride.
Of Pride.
Fest,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You were singing a song that you had just recently released with Alex Infinity.
Yes.
What song was that?
That one's called Dreaming of You. It's also another love song.
Yes, Dreaming of You is so cute. I love that song.
Thank you.
So let's take it way back for a sec.
Okay.
Let's go to like, how did music start? Like, where did your music journey start? Like, what was it that sparked that for you? Especially like here in this community, you know, like there is a lot of artistry. There is a lot of,
so embedded,
you know, but at the same time, I know the high school you went to, so I know that there wasn't a lot of, programming there available, especially when it comes to the arts. So how was that for you, and did it come then, or was it after that?
I mean, I would say like music itself, when I took it seriously, it was like 2019, but I feel like what drew me to be an artist was like just like my upbringing. Like I came from divorced parents, and like I was actually born in Van Nuys. This is really funny. I was born in Van Nuys, but I was raised in South Central. I don't know why they took me over there. I should have stayed in the valley because I came back. But I lived there, and when my parents split, like I lived in Montebello, Downey, like all these different cities, and like, and then I started learning about like TV, because you know, like social media started becoming like a thing, and I would just look at these artists on YouTube and be like, wow, like that's so cool. And like I'm like, I already move all over the place, like why don't I just do this in the future, you know? Like, but when I moved to the valley, I feel like that's when I started like just meeting more creatives, and I started paying attention more to like the murals, and just like it's so inspiring, like living here, honestly. It's so awesome. And then everybody's like Latino too, so it's just like I don't know, I just feel like one with everybody, so it's really cool.
Feels like home.
Yeah, exactly. I think what sparked it was really just wanting to be a change in the music industry, specifically, to be very honest, because I did like associate myself with somebody in the music scene at a very young age, and I don't know, I just don't feel like I should have been in those environments, but also I thank God that I was, because I got to see like the toxic side of the music industry. Like you know, they would sell a whole bunch of tickets, they would get all these people to like hang out with them after, like they would take advantage of girls and things like that. And like I don't want to say take advantage, but it's just like fans who are obsessed with these artists.
That's a reality for sure.
That's how a lot of artists like live, like especially the famous ones. And I'm just like, I don't know, like I want to really, because I love music, I want to bring in and I want to introduce like a new form of the industry, and just like for kids to not be like so inclined to that like culture, just like it's just so divisive. Like I don't know, that's really what made me want to do it, to be honest. Like
wow, that's a super like honorable introduction to wanting to do something. I mean, I feel like we're all like here like doing work in the community, or like doing activism work because we're like we want to make a change, or like we want to change something that like maybe wasn't good for us, and like you kind of stepping into your field, wanting to do something that's like different. And when you said like, oh, I wanted to like have something different, or like do a different change, I remember you had just said like, oh, I didn't want people to judge me if I was like soft, like falling in love. And I'm like, my first thought was like, oh, you want to like bring softness and love into like the industry. And I'm like, yeah, that's beautiful. Like that's so amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So what is it about love? Because you're saying like you obviously have like a couple of songs that are like love songs, and so like what is it about love and just like talking about the community and like having that as your perspective and like your muse is like so important to you, and like why do you like to write about it?
I feel like what makes me want to write about it is like seeing the divisiveness that's already like in place, like the fact that people still hate each other over their ethnicity, like people will still have something to say about you even though like you're the same skin color, or like there's just so much like separation. Like most of the time we look at other people through phone screens, and like everybody on the bus in public spaces is just on their phones.
Right.
And I just like that stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like a viejita sometimes, because even when I have to like call a business and I have to like, they're like, oh, we encourage you to look online and do everything online, the bookings. I'm like, dude, I'm a viejita. Like, I need like customers. I need to like talk to someone face to face and feel a human, you know?
Right.
But that's really what it is. It's just like trying to bring back how things were when I was growing up. Everything was more present. Like, not everything was social media. And social media is very important for like promotions and businesses and stuff. But I just feel like in a way it could also be divisive, just like anything else, you know?
Yeah. No, totally. I feel like I'm the same, where like I was in the generation of, or am in the generation of like, I like grew up, but I didn't, like, social media didn't come into being until like, I don't know, I think we're probably the same age, because Theo and I are the same age. So like if you're
like middle school,
okay, yeah, middle school. And so like I didn't have an Instagram until like I was like in 8th grade or whatever it was, like 7th grade, probably 8th grade, I don't remember. But like that, I feel like kids now are like also getting like, or being not even like, like I know a lot of like parents don't let their kids like have Instagrams or like have accounts, but like a lot of kids can still like go on TikTok or like go on Instagram and like go on Facebook, or like even like Amazon has like on the Amazon app, which like don't use Amazon people, but like they have like Reels or something, like a version of like Reels or like shorts that's like on YouTube. And so it's like even my little cousins who are like literally 7 that don't have any social media, their parents don't have any social media, like there's no social media around them, but they're still like looking at these tiny videos like on screen. And so it's just like crazy, because like it's so interesting to see just like how like, I don't know, just like embedded it is in like our like lives, and like how toxic it can be. And then at the same time, you can find like amazing artists on like these platforms that you would literally have never found. Like I remember like I found this random freaking like British guy. He's like a indie artist, and I was like, oh my God, he's so cool. And I'm like, there's no way that I would have found him any other way except if I like was just like his song like kind of got a little popular on TikTok. Like, you know how people like make the little sounds. Yeah. And so I was like, that's the only way that I would have found him. So it's like the double-edged sword like of having the promotion and like the marketing, and then on the other side being like, this is really toxic and like this is kind of scary sometimes. Like being on them, it's like so intense. Like what's your like experience like using social media for like, and how have you like, because you have like followings and like you have marketing on there, and like how has that been, and like is it scary sometimes, like is it really uplifting, like what does that look like for you?
I feel like I try to do my best to like, every time I'm on social media, I'm only like promoting my business, like my brand and stuff. But whenever I get distracted from that, that's when it gets kind of overwhelming, because I already like feel not obligated, but like I feel obligated in a way to like be consistent with like my business, and like, you know, be on Instagram and upload, see what's trending. In a way, I kind of have to study the algorithm, you know, like totally. What's trending, like what's really popping off right now, and things like that. But I feel like even that could be stressful sometimes, because you just open it and like anything, you could see something that makes you really uncomfortable, or you could see something that is really stimulating, you know. And I feel like they're both just as bad, like yeah. So I would say like I have a pretty disciplined relationship with social media, but whenever it's not disciplined, like that's when I tend to like not appreciate it as much. But I know that there's like so much more to appreciate for sure.
Totally. Yeah. And like how also I'm like wondering too, is just like your like music process, and like what does it look like to like start a new project? Because I know like in the notes it was like we were going to talk a little bit about like your first project that came out in 2019. Yes. But like how do you even like start something like that? Like what does that even look like for you? Like what does that process look like for you of like putting something down on paper or putting something down on a recording?
So for me it was more like it like the words are just like channeled Like I feel like I just, the way that I started anyway, since I'm wasn't a producer when I started, like I would just play little beats on YouTube or like SoundCloud. I remember SoundCloud used to have those like type beats as well.
Yeah.
But I would just play them, and I remember it all started by like just hanging out with my friends and like the cars or going to their houses and just being like, hey, can I borrow your laptop? Because I came from a family that, like, I don't know, it was really hard for us to afford, like, computers and, like, things like that. Like, I wasn't even wearing, like, shoes with, like, big brands, you know? Like, I kind of felt like a weirdo because I know some people did have it like that, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like my friends, like, I really got to give it up to my friends because I really was, like, pushing to, like, be like, can I just come over and freestyle on your laptop real quick? Like, I just want to freestyle, like, you know? Or, like, I would hang out with people and we would just start freestyling to those beats. And then I was like, you know what? Like, I think I should track like a record, or, you know, and like then I found Tia Chuchas and I met Alex.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, first it was all just freestyling. Then I was actually writing songs that I got attached to that I wanted to like pursue and like record in the studio. And then I went to Tia Chuchas, I met Alex Infinity, and I mean, like, they just took my whole perspective of music to another level. Like, they were producing their own album, like, you know, and so Alex decided to mix and master my music for free, and it was just like, I don't know, I feel like they really saw a light in me that like I can only thank like God so much for, and obviously Alex.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Let's actually take a quick little break on that note. And when we come back, I want to hear a little bit more about, you know, how that was for you, like finally having someone pour into you that way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I know what that feels like, especially like as a creative. And so I want to hear a little bit more about your journey with that aspect. So we'll be right back, guys. We are on Voces Unidas with KROJ 101.5 FM. We're here with Erika Stormm. I'm Diosy.
And I'm Melisa.
And we are Voces Unidas. Shout out Teo. Shout out Comadre Tere. Shout out our production, Mike and Daniel. Woo-hoo. Shout out to Pueblo y Salud, Valley Views, and of course, Radio Olin. We'll be right back, guys. Hey, guys. So we're back. That was Adriel Bernal. And as you guys heard, they were inviting you guys to their show that they're going to be hosting, and they're going to be having, that they're coming out on. It's going to be the last weekend, so I hope you guys can make it if you guys can, and if not, I hope there's opportunities to watch it online. But anyways, as we were listening to their invitation, they were texting us saying that they love Erika Stormm's music. They requested I send them her Spotify. So thank you so much for tuning in, Adriel. We're sending you and Electra so much love. And we'll see you guys this Saturday, actually. We'll see you guys this Saturday for your last show. And we're going to be catching that. So if you guys are there, we'll see you guys there on Saturday. Erika, before we went on our break, we were talking about right when you had that moment where you found Alex Infinity, and he produced your music, and you were kind of going through that struggle of not being able to fund that yourself or figure out like the connections and all of that. I wanted to hear a little bit more about that story and then how that opened up doors for other opportunities as well.
Yes. So I don't remember what I performed at Tia Chuchas, but I just remember Alex really liked it, and then he just came up to me after and wanted to work with me more, and like it just flourished from there. I think like what I really appreciated from that experience was like their willingness and openness to just see the light in me, you know, because I feel like a lot of people who don't have money, like everybody kind of wishes for someone like that to come into their life, like to just come and like, you know, even if it is like because to me it's not just like a track, you know, like it has so much more meaning, like microphones and everything, they're just so powerful, you know. So like I feel like somebody gifting me that was just like huge for me. And like, so I started distributing music. Alex actually recorded part of my first EP, mostly all of it, I would say. And I threw an EP party. I started talking to the people that Alex talks to, like the community that he was associated with. And then I had an EP party, and then he had his album party like shortly after, and it was really awesome show, honestly. Like it was in his front yard, and a lot of people came, and that, like, I don't know, it just kind of hit me. I was like, we're meant to share stages, honestly. Like we're meant to share stages.
Aww.
That was really cool.
Well, Alex Infinity sent out a couple of questions to ask you, and if it's okay with you, we can do them now since we're talking about them.
Yeah.
So one of the questions on here is, what can you tell us about the 2019 Dia Chucha's open mic?
Ooh. I mean, Alex hosted most of them, I would say, that I went to, and I would say just like Alex always does even now, like just I don't know, I feel like Alex just created like such a family oriented space, and then also with the vibes of like Dia Chuchas, you know, bringing the community and culture together. That was very powerful. I would say like anytime I walked into those open mics, I felt like safe enough to be vulnerable on that mic. So that was really like what opened the doors for me. So I'm like forever grateful for them. Like I'm actually gonna throw an event at Dia Chuchas on April 4th. So
ooh,
yeah,
April 4th. All right, we're gonna have to put that on our calendar.
Yeah.
Block off April 4th. Voces Unidas. Next question from Alex Infinity. You're currently on tour. Yes. What has that experience been like, and how do you go about setting it up?
Yes, I am currently on tour. The way that I go about setting it up, like I'm very, I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. I work.
Girl, brag.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You work hard.
Thank you. That's actually what I was just gonna say. Like I work really hard. Like I just like reach out to the venues myself, and I just book them myself. And I have a group of individuals who also help me, like whether it's like DJing or hosting. It's been a really cool dynamic because the team that I'm working with right now, like I'm an MC, so like I'll host like part of the show, then they'll host part of the show, then my other friend will host the other part of the show, and then like my DJ friend is just always like DJing, and then my partner, who's super great soul, he does all the media, so he just films and everything. So that's really beautiful. That's how I go about like putting it together, because I really don't want to rely on like other event coordinators. I just like, you know, like how I was saying earlier, like I'm trying to create a new industry, and even though it is a lot of like hard work, like I feel like it's gonna pay off in the long run, rather than me just like going to a label and signing a record deal and being around people who I don't even know if they really want to vibe with me. Like I don't know, you know, but that's kind of how I'm going about it right now.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Yeah. Let me see. The next question here is, what have been some of your most memorable shows, whether it was on this tour or throughout your career?
I would say that my favorite, actually, I do have one. I opened for, and correct me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but Solo Maridueña. He played in the Blue Beetle movie. Oh. I opened for him at the Boyle Heights Youth Festival.
Okay.
And that was crazy, because there was like thousands of kids like all throughout the street, and I was like, wow, this is like everything I've ever wanted, was to like impact like the youth, you know? And like, because I just remember being a kid and like hearing music, and oh my goodness, like I feel like it saved me. It was like low-key an escapism for a little bit, but then I realized I just loved it, and it actually helped me, like, instead of like going to things like drugs or anything. You know, like I just love music, and I just put myself in the perspective of those children, and like what would I have wanted to hear? Like, what did I really need as a kid? Because there's a lot of people who like are going through things in LA. Like it's so expensive to live here, and to be a kid existing here. Like I don't know like how overwhelmed their families could be, but I just want to be that voice, that comfort. And I guess that's why that was my favorite performance, because kids did come up to me like crying after and just being like happy and be like, hey, like that was like really beautiful, like that changed my life, like where can I find you, like things like that. And I was like, oh my god, you guys are gonna make me cry, like that's so crazy. Like that's beautiful.
I love that you're so humble about like also like your experiences, and like even you say like starting all of this off with like, I don't want to brag. Like, no, you need to brag. We just got a message from one of our listeners, Gus, who says that it's so cool that you opened up for, what was their name? Solo?
Yeah, Solo. Oh, I call him Solo, but I don't know if it's X Solo because it's X Solo.
Yeah, it's an X at the front.
X Solo.
X Solo maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they think it was cool, and so
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you, Gus, for listening in. We also have here. Who are some of your favorite local musicians?
Ooh.
Any that you've worked with?
Yes, I really appreciate Alex Infinity, of course. I really love, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but her name is Miss Clover.
Yes.
You are? Okay, I figured.
love
We love Miss Clover.
Oh my gosh.
That is like, she's like my spiritual bestie. I love her so much.
Hold on, production. Can you guys please put some Miss Clover in the background?
Ooh, yes.
I love it.
Miss Clover. Okay, you've worked with Miss Clover.
You know what? It's in the works. It's in the works.
Yeah, okay, yes, manifesting.
Yeah.
I know.
We've been talking about it for like 2 months now. So we just need to set up a date and a time, and like we were both really thoughtful with like the songwriting process. So that's kind of why it's been taking a while too.
Oh, endless fun. I love this song. I'm gonna put it up a little bit for the background.
No one.
Yes, a moment of silence.
You know what, guys? We're going to go on a quick
space.
little break so you guys can listen to this lovely song by Miss Clover. Miss Clover has actually performed on a couple of the shows that we've been at. Miss Clover performed for a fundraiser that Daniel had at Robex. And then we also saw Miss Clover perform, I believe, for Panda, for one of his syncopated rhythm.
I think I did see that.
Yeah. So we've seen Miss Clover perform quite a couple of times. And for me, my introduction to her was that fundraiser at Robex.
Yeah.
Obsessed. I was playing this album specifically on repeat. It was amazing. So anyway, with that being said, enjoy this song, guys, and we'll be right back as soon as it's over. You guys are listening to Voces Unidas on KROJ 101.5 FM. Hey, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. That was Miss Clover. And I cannot believe that you're going to be working something up with Miss Clover. Both of your voices on there are going to be amazing. Just to bring you guys back on, you guys are listening to Voces Unidas on KROJ 101.5 FM. I'm Diosy.
And I'm Melisa.
And we're here with Erika Stormm.
Yay!
And the question we were on before I rudely interrupted,
freaking
out,
you did not. You're good.
was what are some of your favorite local musicians? Are there any that you've worked with?
Yes, so Miss Clover, I'm actually going to work with her. We actually we know that we're both free Saturday evenings. So yeah, we you know how the girlies are. We're always lost with our schedules. That like being an adult is like making an appointment for everything. I swear to God.
Literally, it's like, oh my God, horrible.
But the community has been asking for a feature like from both of us, so it's coming.
Awesome.
Like,
I love that.
Yes.
That's so exciting.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, can you tell us about Hypnotized by Self-Expression?
Ooh, so that was actually the EP that I released in 2019. That EP was actually like, I've grown so much. Like, I feel like I'm so much better as a musician now, but like the essence of that EP was really like me realizing like how loving myself was the only thing that was really gonna help me. Like, I just realized like, wow, like no one can save me but myself, you know, like from this like whatever it is, because I used to have really bad anxiety, where I used to like talk to people out of anxiety, but then like just like coming back to center, like that's why it's called like Hypnotized by Self-Expression, because I'm like, you know what, like I am I need to like put myself under hypnosis almost in a way, like every day, to have gratitude for everything around me, and like to just to just like convince myself that everything that I think is my flaws are also like very beautiful things. Like that was the whole thing with that EP, was just like me encouraging myself to love myself and other people.
I love that. I feel like something that I read a lot about is like when you do like gratitude, or like you're really trying to like create a more positive version of yourself, is like to speak about things in like the present tense, and being like, okay, I'm not going to like have a healthy habit or something like in a week from now or like 6 months from now. Like I am that right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like I am capable now. I am like, I love myself right now. Even though maybe like you're working on it and you still have like, you know, so much growth to do as humans. But like when you start talking to yourself in that way, in like the present tense, it like almost hypnotizes your mind to like be like, no, like, yeah, I love myself. I love my body. I love like what my body can do. I love what it looks like in the mirror and like all those different things. And like, I love that. Like, I love music in the way that it can just like, you can just use it so much to just express anything, whether it's like heartbreak or love or like, you know, loving yourself or like going through the motions of like being like, okay, like if I don't love myself, then how do I get there? And just like all of that, like just the raw honesty that you can have like in a song is just like so beautiful. And I love that.
And like it's also a way like to educate others, to teach others, you know, and how you having that discovery could be that epiphany for someone like coming through your music and listening to it. And so I think it's amazing and I can't wait to hear it. I think we'll probably end the show with it. And then I have 2 more questions. Yeah. I'm going to go with the one that has nothing to do with music, or maybe it does. I don't know. But there is another question that I actually want to get more into the conversation. We don't have a lot of time, but we'll get through these. Yes. So it is, what was it like living in Hawaii?
What?
I was like, okay.
I would say, so it's actually like pretty spontaneous, but so COVID happened and before the airport closed, I was like, I'm going in case the world ends, you know? So I really wanted to learn how to hunt and like pick fruit. Like
what?
It gets crazier. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So like I lived in the Big Island in Pahoa side, and everything's like off the grid. So like you catch your own water, you like, you know, it's like a whole thing. You grow your own food, you catch your own water, like you sleep in like a cabin and if need be a tent, you know, and like all your toilet is like a compost. Like it's the way that you live is just so different, you know, from like for like the modern luxuries and stuff. So
nah, you're gonna have to come back just to tell us about this.
Yeah, that's crazy. We need like a whole nother hour. We can't do this in 2 minutes.
No, because I actually am so interested. I watched
this is
Homestead
so you right now.
and like off-grid living.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed.
It's so cool.
So I want to hear more.
Yes.
But what?
I know.
So cool.
That's like
That's such a life. That's a chapter of a life sure.
How long did you do that for?
Like almost 3 years. So
oh my God,
2.5 something, more than a little bit more than a half.
So what? Like you came back 2023?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, because I left in 2019 and then I came back.
Okay.
No, I came back like at the end of like 2022 or something like that.
Okay.
So I was like, I don't know how to do my.
So you're like freshly back to the valley
kind of,
too.
Yeah, kind of.
My God, because I came back in 2021 from Utah, and like I thought that was wild, but coming back from living off grid, that's a whole different type of wild. Did you notice a lot of like we don't have a lot of time. Did you notice a lot of noise pollution when you came back?
Yes.
That was the hardest thing for me to adjust to.
Yeah. That's crazy that you noticed that too. Yeah, because every time I would fly in to like visit my family, like the air just felt so toxic to breathe. Like I was like, and it's crazy because like coming back into the flow of like living here, like I can't sense it. I'm not that sensitive as much as I was when I landed, but like I did notice that.
That was like one of the I had like severe migraines when I moved back. Like, and
Same.
it was just
me
and
too.
because I was so
the ozone is gonna do it to you. CO2,
which is crazy because I lived in
PM.2.
I lived in this town called Tooele. I'll talk to you about it later. But there was pollution there too.
We'll come back.
You're gonna have to come back.
Erika Stormm is gonna come back. We're gonna have to chit chat more.
Yes, let's listen. Let's have this last question because this is actually something that I want to know about too.
Okay.
And then we can wrap up. But the question is, do you have any new music planned to release soon or any collaborations?
Yes. So my next EP is gonna have 2 collaborations. believe one of them is going to be Miss Clover, and another one's going to be Hallie. I don't know if you guys have seen her on my platform before, but we actually have a remix of Ride the Wave together if you guys want to check that out. Okay. Also another talented individual. She's really awesome. So that's like the features, but yeah, I have an EP coming out in summer. It's kind of like dream poppy, but also like slowly introducing like my rap side, you know, because I do want people to know that I rap too, you know. Obviously Ride the Wave gives it away, but you know, I kind of want that EP to like embody that too, like a little piece of everything.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool.
That's beautiful. I'm really excited. And I'm excited to listen to the Hypnotized by Self-Expression song right now. But for those people that want to catch your new EP that's going to release this summer, yes. Where can they do that? Where can they listen to you? Where can they follow you?
So you can find me on all music streaming platforms as Erika Stormm, Erika with a K and Storm with 2 M's. It should be pretty much everywhere. And on social media platforms, you can find me everywhere as I am Erika Stormm, Erika with a K and Storm with 2 M's again.
There you guys have it. Production, if you guys can please cue the song Hypnotized by Self-Expression. That would be amazing. You guys, that's a wrap for us, Voces Unidas. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
It's been a good one.
It's definitely been a great one. Yes. I'm so excited to have you back on. I want to talk all about Hawaii. And the logistics of all of that. But you're such a well-rounded person. I had so much fun getting to know you.
You too.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then I just want to let you guys know that we are going to be on air again next Monday, which is going to be Monday the 3rd. And we're going to be with Las Comadres. This show, we're going to have Asenet on from Deya Worldwide, which is a organization focused around art and fighting deportation and immigration. And we actually participated in Deya's Worldwide's most recent Sip and Paint at Bodevi for the Valentine's Day festivities, and it was so much fun. So I can't wait for you guys to hear all about that. Again, that's going to be this Monday coming up, March 3rd. And then this is Diosy,
Melisa,
Erika Stormm,
and we're signing off, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye. Bye.